Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Dee.
How are you?
Good. Lovely weather today in the morning.
Acha, which city?
Delhi.
Okay. Here it's as usual, regular, hot.
It must have rained yesterday night, so the morning is like really cool and nice.
Oh, that's very nice.
Hi, morning, everybody.
Good morning. So, of course, till Gunjan joins, we can do our regular conversations, and we'll see when she comes. Uh, so yeah, Sanju, how are you?
Top of the world.
I like to hear this in the morning. So when one person says the weather is very good, one person says top of the world. So let me ask each one, how are you, Vijaya? Yeah, good morning, Vijaya.
Fine.
Kiran, how have you been?
Call today.
Sorry?
Good morning. Good morning, Vandana.
Good morning. So Simran says super awesome. Very nice.
Better than this.
Yes. What if we all wake up every day with such conversations with ourselves? And, you know, I still remember that one thing I can never forget, I guess. There's this lady who comes in the afternoon calls. I met her in Indore. I mean, through. Like how I have all my one-to-one clients. And then they become friends and then they become extended family. So I was there for some class, Dr. Ashish Narankar's foundation class in Indore. Vandana was hosting it and I just went to participate because I just love his classes. And she said, दी मैंने ना अभी एक नया चीज सीखा है अगर मुझसे कोई भी बोलता है हाउ आर यू तो मैं कहती हूँ आई एम ब्यूटीफुल
Lovely.
I felt so good to hear that. And the way she said, I'm telling it in a very like a toned down way. But the way she said was so beautiful, like literally like beautiful. I was like, ज्योति ये मैं याद रखने वाली हूँ मुझसे भी कोई पूछेगा हाउ आर यू तो मैं बोलूँगी आप ब्यूटीफुल So yeah, I mean, of course, when you hear all these for a couple of days, you remember and then you forget. But what she said, I really found it very fascinating. If every time everyone asked, how are you? And you said, I'm beautiful. Like, it's like all the time reaffirming to yourself that I am beautiful. And it is not dependent on how I look on the outside. It is how I feel on the inside. Right? Beautiful is a feeling. It's more than, for me, more than the appearance. Because I've seen so many very, very beautiful people not feeling beautiful inside. And I've seen some like really average looking people who are doing some I mean, I don't know them personally. I'm talking about, there was this YouTube video I saw once of a lady who is an ophthalmologist, eye doctor. And she talks about giftivism. If I can find out, I'll tell her name. She's very ordinary looking, like not, if I'm talking only about the outer appearance. I'm talking, once again, let me just see. Yeah, Pavi Mehta. Okay, Pavi Mehta. If you get a chance to see her videos, I have not seen too many videos, but Sometimes you just come across one or two videos and you feel that, wow, this is so amazing.
Is
So
it Pavi Mehta? Pavi.
PAVI, Pavi
Okay.
Mehta. Okay. So, the video that I saw first was about giftivism. That was the first time I saw that, oh wow, that's a beautiful concept. And so she'll always wear saris, and she is very lean, sweetish complexion. This is my grandmother's eldest brother. And Dr. If you can see. So this is to many on this side. But she is a very brilliant doctor and in a family of doctors. At that video that I saw, I still remember because it was so effective. One conversation was so damn effective. And so very simple looking woman, but what power, what tremendous power. Oh my God, like I was just floored when I saw that video. And of course, I didn't go on following and all because I have my own things to do and everything. Like Esther Perel, who talks about rethinking infertility. These are few women. I wish I meet them in my life someday. But the thing is, whether I meet them or not, they have left a mark on my mind, my being, and everything, just like that. Susan Jeffers. Susan Jeffers, of course, I don't think there are too many YouTube videos and all that, but her books, of course. So women of, absolute grace and women of substance, actually. Women of substance, yeah, that's the word actually, more than anything else. So when women move beyond how they look, the outer appearance, whether I'm thin, whether I'm fat, whether I'm fair, whether I'm dark, whether I have the perfect smile or not, or whether I have the perfect hair or not, whether my body is in proportion or not. These are the things that the world has used to hold back and control women so that they never go beyond that, so that they get stuck in that as an identity. And the ones who have truly moved beyond that, they are doing like fabulous work. They don't care. Like really, they don't care. And I have been inspired by such women, like, who are fearless, first thing, and then authenticity. The few characteristics that I notice: fearless, authentic, being a contribution to the world, and, giving off themselves completely. That, okay, this is me, and I have this to give, and I'm willing to give it all. And that giftivism concept is beautiful. Like the way Pavi Mehta speaks, I was just like, wow. I mean, I would also like to be in a world like that. And yeah, somewhere I have created this that I'm doing right now. It's similar to that. But not in the level that she is yet. And however, every big milestone is achieved with every small step taken towards the life that you desire, towards the dream that you have seen, towards the vision that you envision in your dreams, in your everyday life. And when I'm saying this, does that mean that, oh, everybody has to be out there and speaking on the platform on TED Talks? I'm not talking about that. That was my thing. I was fascinated. And what do you get fascinated by, first of all? The first time I saw someone speaking, her name is Rama Mundra, and she's in Ahmedabad. She's a corporate trainer. She trains she was training at, I mean, she still trains in Ahmedabad Management Association, which is a subsidiary of IIM. So when I was completely out and down and didn't know what to do, and I was in Ahmedabad, uh, my son was studying there. I'd gone to like just see what I can do about his studies and which are deteriorating in 12th standard. Rama Didi just said that I call her Rama Didi because she's a friend of mine, ex-husband. So Rama Didi told me, Bandhu, tu मेरा workshop हो रहा है तो आएगी क्या? I said, क्या? I didn't even know what workshop means by then. She said, ये workshops होते हैं Ahmedabad Management Association. Come, you'll like it. Fine. I went. 1,200 rupees only for one day. And there are so many brochures kept on the AMA notice board of different trainers. You can pick up that which calls you, pay money, register, and go and attend the workshop. Anybody can. And so when I saw her talking and she made us write goals, that was the first time I ever wrote a goal in my life. What do you want in the next 3 months? What do you want in the next 2 years? How can you achieve that? What are your limitations? How can you overcome your limitations? Now, these are the questions that she gave us to write. First time in my life, I thought about what do I want to achieve in the next 3 months. And then when she said 2 years, I had to think, 2 years mein mujhe kya chahiye? By the time it was, I think the workshop went around 2 hours down the lane. It was a 1 full day workshop. Then I just like, maybe just seeing her talk, I was like, I would like to become a professional trainer, like how she is, by the end of 2 years, 2012. And in the next 3 months and 6 months, I said, I would like my son to get into a good college. And how can I achieve this? The college thing, I said to be with him. And I didn't have the words not judge and all that at that time. But I said to be with him and, something I wrote that not let any negativity come to him or something like that. I don't remember. What are my limitations? I am not educated enough. I have not read many books. I don't know anything about career. I am not a career counselor. I'm not a great mother, and etc. etc. Limitations बहुत सारे. How can I overcome my limitations? The first thing that came was to attend workshops like these, to talk to people who know better, to talk to people who know about careers, to talk to people who have dealt with depression, etc. Fine, fair enough. And then how to become a trainer. And in 2 years, I want to travel places. That was the first thing I wrote, travel places, become a trainer. Because she was talking about how she travels the world. And blah, blah, blah. So at that time, of course, I didn't think of traveling the world. For me, it was just travel itself is like a big word for me that time. Because I was a housewife for that time, 17, 18 years then. Every day wearing a sari with a pallu on the head. And my boundary was my home walls and the door of my house. Out of which, if I have to go, I have to take permission. That was my life for 18 years. So from that life, you cannot imagine travel the world and all, because that seems too far fetched. But I did say travel across India, become a trainer. But when I wrote that, I was not sure that really can I become a trainer. I didn't know. I had no roadmap to it. I just wrote it because they asked me to write it. And I thought, I didn't know ask and receive at the time. I didn't know that if you ask questions, things will come to you. But in that moment, it was so empowering the way she spoke that I just felt, wow, can I do this someday? And because she is a person that I knew always, she was related to us. She was like my sister-in-law. And she had studied in Hindi medium, divorced twice by then. She challenged herself to learn English. She went abroad, she studied, she finished her education. I think now she's also PhD, if I'm not wrong. Okay. She worked so hard and then she started training in IIM. A person who studied Hindi medium completely, uh, not the one who was ambitious, got married early on, then divorced early on, another marriage, that also divorced. So when you look at such people, the only thing the society will talk about them, oh, look, these people don't know how to sustain life or sustain relationships. They are just rebellious, they are this, they are that. But that woman, she did something out of her life. And her training programs, of course, I'm a byproduct of one of the training programs of hers that I attended. I always tell her, Rama Didi, I will always be grateful to you. But definitely I used to feel that I can't become like her because she had a different skill set and she's very logical also, and I'm not a very logical person. A lot of things are different. She's traveled so much abroad and she used to even teach all that, what do you call, table manners and etiquettes and stuff. तो मुझे तो टेबल मैनर्स, टेबल पे खाना नहीं आता था. हम लोग जमीन पे बैठ के खाते थे. I didn't even know what table pe khana and table manners and fork and knife and all of that. So I attended a couple of workshops, but that was not my thing. I could never learn how to eat with a knife and fork. I still don't know. I tried. I tried a lot. So there are things you do. There are things you don't do, or you can't do, or you choose not to do. Anything, whatever that is. But what I know is whatever goals I wrote, I achieved in the 3 months, 6 months, and 2 years. By 2012, I was training in engineering colleges, MBA colleges as a professional trainer. And I used to think if I can do this, anybody can. Anybody. Because I was least qualified for that. I had absolutely no confidence, just a desire. But that is the power that when we kind of, express our desires and write them down, and then we are willing to do whatever it takes, that is the beginning of change. And small, small steps, like everyday small steps. Nothing is going to happen overnight. Let me tell you that. Persistent practice and efforts is a must. It is a must. If anybody in the world comes and tells me that, I don't know about child prodigies, I'm not talking about them, but they would have also done efforts in their past lifetimes. So if anybody comes and tells me that, oh, I was like this, say, a year ago, and today I'm like here, absolutely effortlessly, and just like one fine day, some magic happened and I'm here. For me, it is hard to believe. I would not believe it. I would dig into what efforts you have made before even that one year. Like, for example, I was hearing this lady talk, a doctor, about the COVID vaccine. She said COVID ka existence was even there 20 years ago. The virus, they didn't know the name and stuff. There was this virus like that, and then they were doing, um, you know, research, and scientists were trying to create a vaccine of it. 20 years से वो research and creating the vaccine का process चल रहा था, and then actually when COVID hit like a pandemic, within 1 year the vaccine was, they were able to develop the vaccine because the work was going on for 20 years. Because she said virus is not something like a bacteria and you can't kill it with an antibiotic. Virus will come on its own and go on its own. That's what a virus is. And then any virus. And then she spoke about viruses, and she's a doctor and she's working with the COVID research, whatever, team. So, sometimes I go out of the way to listen to these amazing people. Gorgeous looking woman again. She's a doctor, she's a mother also, I guess, and she's doing COVID research. What is common in all of this? The tremendous power that every woman has. Every woman. When I'm saying every woman, I'm not excluding even my maid. My first maid after my marriage came very late because we used to do our all household jobs ourselves. We didn't have maids. But then when one came and when we were a little better off financially, she had 3 kids. Hira, her name was Hira. She had 3 kids. And her husband was alcoholic, used to hit her. And then she used to stay like near a house. She used to come for work. And there was something about me always that people used to come and tell their stories to me. Didi ye ho gaya, Didi wo ho gaya. It's okay, fine. And then she had to make a decision one day that I have to get operated because I don't want a 4th child. Because I don't want my children to become servants. I want my children to study. That was her determination at that time. Her son was brilliant. Young boy, a little older than my son. He used to bring this clay from outside and used to make motorcycles. Creativity, like some creativity level. He used to draw beautifully. At that time, I was so busy with my household jobs and so much work. My children were small, we were a joint family. Still, I used to just watch these children because I was always fond of children. And then when she used to come and tell me कि ऐसे ऐसे मैं नहीं और बच्चा पैदा करना चाहती हूँ, मैं मेरे बच्चों को पढ़ाना चाहती हूँ. We were not very well off, but that one day when she needed money for getting operation done because she was so fed up the way her husband behaved at that time. She came to me crying and narrated her story, and I had 2,000 rupees. I said, अच्छा तू ये ले, तू जाके करा दे ऑपरेशन. कुछ पूछने की जरूरत नहीं किसी. तेरा शरीर है, तेरे को ऑपरेशन कराना है तो करा ले. She went and got her operation done. She fought, she did everything that she could. And I was always there with her that, ठीक है, कुछ चाहिए तो मेरे को बताना. And this and that. And she would come and vent out stuff. Okay. And then later on, when I left joint family, I moved to another house, another city, etc., etc. Of course, she left. She left job because I left. She left. Almost after 10 years of that, one day I met her. Her son was working with Titan company as a sales executive. Her daughters were in college, younger daughters. They were in college. She left doing the Jhadu Pocha Bartan and she started working as a cook for quite some time. Her husband was still drinking, but now that the boy was grown up, her husband would simply quietly go drink and come and do no hangama and sleep off. Because now it was not his time anymore. Her children were empowered and they were studying and they were doing what they wanted to do. So even that woman had power. So it's not about education, it's not about how you look, it's not about that only a few set of people can achieve their dreams. It is about sowing a thought that you would like to read and then nurturing that every day by action, followed by action. We all say, you know, sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap an habit, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. And then destiny. Character to destiny. So yeah, thought to action to habit, character, destiny. That's the steps, and many writers have written about it. It's all there everywhere. But what thoughts are we converting into action? And what actions are we converting into habits? And what habits are we continuing to maintain? And what definition of character have we made important that is creating our destiny? That needs to be questioned. And who, like how access is, whom do those thoughts belong to? Are they inspired by progressive people? The thoughts that you see, sow the seeds of? Or are they influenced by people who are trying to control you, dominate over you, have up one-manship and want to put you down? That will decipher and decide what destiny will get created. And along with that, based on all healing experiences that I have, because that's all cognitive, based on all healing experiences that I've had, I know that Yuvraj, again my teacher of hypnotherapy, he used to say, what comes to awareness does not repeat as fate. I mean, it's also some other person's quote, I guess, but he used to quote that. It took me some while, but that stuck to me. What comes to awareness does not repeat as fate.
Sorry, what comes to awareness does not repeat as?
Fate, F-A-T-E,
Okay, fate.
fate. So which means whatever we call fate, destiny, is nothing but unawareness. The moment you get aware of something, naturally you won't go that way if it is destructive. But if you're not aware of something, you'll keep on doing the same thing, even though it's destructive. So that's why what comes to awareness does not repeat as fate. And that line, these are the few things that when Yuvraj used to talk, I used to like, oh my God, where do they get these things from? Because that time I wouldn't read that many books, and I used to read, but not that much. But then when I started reading books and when I made reading books a habit, and when these are the things I've developed very late in life. Like after 38 when I was 38. So the, you know, what when I say that, why am I sharing all this? To say that habits can be cultivated, habits can change, habits can be developed according to what we would like to see in our life. And like Access is, what would I like my reality to look like? And then look at your life and look at where are the areas where I feel I'm still not living the life that I truly desire. And then either compromise that, okay, only this much I can achieve, or get committed and do whatever it takes. Now, people might say that, oh, it feels very motivating to listen to these things, but actually doing it is very difficult. Yes, it is difficult. I'm not going to say it's easy and effortless. It's not easy and effortless. It is difficult. There are challenges. There are things that you may have, decisions that you may have to make, which may not be comfortable for everybody. People might, like how uh, the Mahatma Gandhi thing. So first they will laugh at you, then they will oppose you, then they will insult you, then they will follow you. But to come to everybody following you, you have to cross that laughter, people laughing at you, people opposing you, people insulting you, and still not give up. That is the difficult part. Because we get stuck. When people laugh at you, you just stop. You think, oh my God, everybody's laughing at me. How can I do this? I'm not supposed to do this. Or when people start opposing, you feel that, oh my God, the whole world is opposing me. How can I do this? And when they insult her, all the more, oh my God, like that's like a blow, punch on the face. But then that's up to you, where you want to stop. And whose dreams are they? If they are your dreams, and if you don't work for it, nobody's going to work for it. And do women have the permission to dream? I will say yes. Did I know before that I have the permission to dream? No, I did not. Are there so many who dream but don't know what to do? There are so many. Are there so many who dream and they give up on their dreams for their families, for their children? I think maximum women. Is that wrong? No, it's not wrong. That's the beauty. That's how beautiful women are. But they don't consider themselves that beautiful. They don't consider themselves worthy enough. The inequality is not done by men. All that is like centuries ago, maybe. The inequality is women, more women to women, mother to daughter, mother-in-law to daughter-in-law, sister to sister. I have not found too many men who are jealous. I may have found men who want to dominate, that's a different story. But men are not jealous of, other men progressing or women progressing. But that is one thing that we women have, which is a not so great side. That when we see other women progressing, we either feel jealous or we feel less. But then who said that if somebody is better than you either have to be jealous or you have to feel that you're less? Who did that to you? That's a question you have to ask yourself. That who did that to me early on to make me feel less? And the people who constantly feel less are the people who are most jealous also. Or vice versa is true too. So thankfully, I could overcome those emotions of jealousy and feeling less. Like, thanks to some beautiful people that came into my life. And one of them is definitely Prema Auntie, which I think I've already spoken about. So yeah, Prema Auntie really taught me that life is beautiful. And she lived a beautiful life till she died. I just adore that woman. I just adore that woman. She was only educated till 5th standard, only 5th standard. But she was way, 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 way better and progressive than many educated women that I've seen in my life. She was way more sorted, way more clear. She had her own imperfections and pitfalls, but that doesn't matter. So these are the things which, life has taught me. It's not only workshops. And this one line of NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming, beliefs of excellence. If you search, I don't know, maybe it would, if you browse, NLP, beliefs of excellence. In that, one of the belief is, if you can spot it, you have got it too. So whatever I could spot in other people, wow, how they are talking, how amazing they are, these TED Talks and this and that. Whatever I could spot in other people, that means I had that something in me, which they were kind of uh, revealing to me. They were revealing those parts of me to me. And this is also, this brings me to this shadow workshop that we're doing of Neelam Nanvani on Sunday. I got in the shadow workshop when I did with Neelam first time. That was when I realized that all of us think, oh, shadow self means something negative about you which you have rejected. I realized being a rebel child, I had embraced all the negative sides of me. Because I was just okay to be a rebel and imperfect and wrong and doing all the wrong, so-called wrong things. When I first time did the shadow workshop, the activity that she took us through, the thing that came was a positive side of me, which I have rejected. And I was like, even Neelam and Paul both were amazed, like that. Yeah, so maybe, you can also, shadows can be positive too. And when I embraced that shadow self, and then later on, more, I did so many shadow, activities to embrace the shadow parts of me. And most of them were the positive parts of me which I had rejected. Most of them. And that's why, when I do these workshops, I adore amount of work people have done to bring these valuable tools to us, any facilitator. And doesn't matter whether the workshop is like this is 7,500 or whether it's 75,000. It has something valuable to gift, provided we are willing to invest and learn and use and share and tell more people that this is possible. So yeah, that is that. We all have our shadow selves, which we are yet, we most of us are yet to discover, and they can be positive aspects of you, which you have completely kept aside. They can be empowering parts of you, and they can be negative sides also. It's okay, doesn't matter. Like how very beautifully Rajiv sir put it, that it's not positive or negative, it's something that is overdone or prolonged, an emotion that is prolonged, which becomes destructive. So that is what it is. And we all can work to change ourselves. With all my practice of all these years, more than a decade now, like if I say I would have worked with 10,000 people, I wouldn't be exaggerating, including one-on-one and groups. So in all these years, that many people that I've worked with, I lost my trail of thought. Wow, I just forgot. Anyway. So whatever that is, we all can work to change ourselves. Yes, that is what it is. That in all these years of work, I've never seen any work that can help you change everybody else but you. It is not possible. It has to begin with you. Every change has to begin with you. Only when you change, you can actually even guide others to change. You cannot change. You cannot not change and guide others to change. Not possible. You won't be effective enough then. To be an effective leader, to be an effective speaker, the very beautiful thing that another trainers, Dr. Sneha Desai, from whom I have learned, train the trainer, Dr. Sneha Desai and Sandeep Kachar. His father, Sneha Desai's father, said, effective trainer in Hindi, he said, to be an effective trainer, आपका वाणी, बर्तन और व्यवहार एक समान होना चाहिए. So वाणी, बर्तन, व्यवहार means your speech, behavior, and action must be in sync. Only then you will be an effective trainer. Otherwise, of course, trainers बहुत सारे हैं दुनिया में, coaches भी बहुत सारे हैं, healers भी बहुत सारे हैं. Not everybody can be effective. So to be effective, you have to make sure that आपका वाणी, बर्तन और व्यवहार एक समान है. And those people have progress, those who have that quality in them. So now coming to what do all of these conversations bring up for you today, now?
I feel like giving myself a pat uh, for the journey that I've had, and my willingness to open, receive, and change myself. I've been a housewife uh, till the age of 40. Not only a housewife, but enjoying the social life, like I had a lot of friends, and I didn't know the other side of it till I came to a situation. Then I had to take a lead and uh, take charge of my family.
Mm.
Like my husband passed away at the age of when I was 40 and he was 42. And then the only option that I went into so much of depression and sadness,
Mm.
but God's grace, I found somebody so amazing to change my life.
Mm.
Like you said, it has an effect if you get the right directions. So very, very grateful for that. And so I took up a job, my first job ever. And I had not stepped out. Coming from business family, I didn't know what a job is like. And and this been my dream since I didn't know that dreams come true.
Mm.
And I didn't even know that I had a dream of becoming a fashion designer.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I used to design clothes for my little girls,
Mm.
you know, and so I didn't know it's a dream. I just thought I enjoy doing that.
It's something you do, huh?
Yeah. So when at the age of 40, I was given it's out of the blue, something came. People said, you dress up well. And so would you like to work for a fashion house? I said, I have no trainings. People come there with London School of Fashion and things like that. And I have not stepped out. I don't even know how to send a fax. I don't even know how to use email. And what are you talking about? It's a far distant dream. But I took up, somebody gave me a push, a courage, so much of courage, I can't even explain.
Mm.
I'm grateful to her every day.
Mm.
And so I took up this job and I stayed there for 20 years.
Mm.
And I learned. Each day was an open learning.
Mm.
And that's why when you're talking about this, I was listening seriously and thinking that my openness and willingness has reached me where I am today.
Yeah, it's hands-on training on the job, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then people came from far and near, and I don't know from where they appeared in my life to take me further. Every step I was sinking, drowning.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, like you do get into your own sulkiness and sadness. Okay, no, I can't do it beyond this. I can't go beyond this. I'm stuck. And even if you know that you're jealous and you are feeling the lack, every awareness comes to you. But
Yes.
then universe pulls you out of that.
Yes. If you are willing to.
Yes, absolutely. So I see while you were talking, I was just going through my journey and uh, just acknowledging myself for it.
Awesome.
Thank
So,
you.
so this
So
is
inspiring hearing you today, Kiranji. So inspiring to hear your story.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
this is where I want all of us to reach. That when we are listening to somebody else talk, we should not go into our lack or guilt or anything, but we should go into like, oh, even I have done. I've also done whatever I have done. It doesn't matter what I have done. But in my own way, I have created my life. I have created my life to be where it is today. That acknowledgement is brilliant. Thank
Yeah.
you, Kiran.
It'll be nice if we can all share our, inspiring stories. It gives a lot of, courage to each other and to admire, acknowledge, to say that, once you have a willingness, you can, you
Yes.
know, again, as Simran said, space of abundance, that, yeah, I am precious. I
Because
am
these conversations about zone of lack and zone of see, everything is a natural next step.
flow state.
Whatever we are talking from the beginning till today, I
Yeah.
feel it's not like I didn't design a curriculum for this.
Again, as I said, it's like a flow state, you'll be just flowing with it.
But then if it brings every one of us here, I'll pat my back and I'll do well. Well done, Vandana. Good job done.
But it's God's grace that I came across such beautiful people. I cannot uh, not acknowledge their presence in my life. I would have jumped into the sea and said, "In my life here, I can't live further. I can't take charge of everything that's forced on me." I was such a pampered, love housewife, protected always.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to meet the odds. My mother-in-law would say, "No, मेरे घर की लड़की, मेरे घर की बहू काम पे नहीं जाएगी." And I said, "तो क्या करेगी? तो फिर समुद्र में जाके डूब जाएगी." You know. So I was not rebelling, but then it gave me. I needed a lot of courage to come out of where
Yeah,
I
it
was.
does. It does take a lot of courage. See,
And
it's not easy at all, Kiran. What you're talking is a journey of that
yeah,
many years. So we cannot, like, in an hour, in a nutshell, say that this was what it is. There may have been so many ups and downs and emotional turmoils and disturbances and turbulences, and children may be unwell, and you have to look at the office, and then this and that. There can be so many things in the day-to-day life which we cannot sum it up, right?
I shifted 11 houses in that duration.
See, so
Mm,
that's what
mm,
you cannot, like. It can't be summed up in a nutshell that it's life,
yeah.
but still, this acknowledgement that you are being today is what every woman must be, whatever she may be doing, even if she's a housewife for 50 years. That is, my mom is a housewife for more than 50 years now, but what fabulous job that she has done in her life. You know, it's not that you have to be a professional only, isn't it?
So there was a time when I said, "There's nothing good about me. Like I can't find one single good trait about me."
Mm.
And so that was making me as low as it could be.
Yeah, yeah,
And then somebody came into my life, and like you said, I've had lots of mentors and dear
yeah,
friends.
yeah.
On so my family also would say, "Oh, Didi, how can you earn? Like you've not no trainings, nothing." Of course, I had read till MA, but I had no training in that fashion field. And believe me or not, my boss said first day, "If you're willing and open, I will train."
Wow.
Kiranji, I am
And
from NIFT.
sorry,
I said
yeah,
I
yeah,
passed out from NIFT.
great, great, wonderful. So I had no training, not even one day training. But
I
my
completely
boss,
understand. Yeah.
so my boss was super amazing. Gratitude to him. Gratitude. I mean, today I have a list of people whom I'm grateful to. Gratitude.
And you know what? Sometimes it's great to
Good
just
morning.
the good morning, Gujin. It is great to just, if the people are in touch yet, those who are in touch, or even those are little where you can approach them and just send across a message. Like how Dane here, he said in one of his tour of consciousness, for 30 days, tell to those people, individual people, I want you to know that I am grateful for you. Just that one line. And I practically did it.
I have a big list. In my heart, I do pray every morning to them,
Of
ask
course,
for them.
that is always there. The people
Yeah.
who are grateful only can reach so far in life, honestly. When I say so far, I'm not saying this position or this bank balance. I'm saying from where I was to where I am. That leap in life. So that I want you to know that I'm grateful for you. I loved that statement when Dave here spoke of it on the tour. It's like I was like, wow, that's just one line telling to each and every person whom you are actually grateful for. What will that do to that person? I want you to know that I'm grateful for you. I started tagging people on my Instagram every day. I want you to know that I'm grateful for you. It was brilliant. It makes, it just multiplies the joy of being.
Absolutely. And yesterday, your class was a super hit to me, coming from Lacks in Abundance. That really opened up because till now, wherever I am, I used to still feel the lacks.
Yeah, and
Uh,
it's okay, you know. What
I
comes to
used to,
awareness does not repeat as fate.
no, I was being very harsh to myself about this till I met you. I mean, till a month back or
Yeah.
1.5 month back. I used to feel that nobody wants to connect to me and I'm feeling so low. And how do I overcome this? And heard about all these statements from Access,
Yeah.
but it was not sinking in.
Yeah, because here we didn't just talk, we did Soul's Temple every day. And Soul's Temple is healing. It heals the core of your being. It is such a powerful tool. I can't emphasize enough that if we regularly do Soul's Temple, it changes things from inside. We don't even know what it changes. And that is why now and when things empty from inside and when they are healed and when you're neutral to that, then new things are, you're able to grasp new things. So
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you for sharing. And thank you for sharing everything. It's beautiful. Thank you, Vijaya. Yes, so anybody else wants to share, because we are at 7:29, I think, or what we can do is, I want each one of you to write a letter to yourself today. Okay? Write a letter to yourself, like how Kiran said, I'm patting my back for this. As much as we like to say, I want you to know I'm grateful for you, also make yourself know that you're grateful for yourself too. And a letter to yourself with all that you have achieved in life so far. Okay? Write a letter to yourself in all that you have achieved in life so far. And not focusing on what obstacles you face, but yeah, there were obstacles, maybe highlighting 3 obstacles, like how she said, my husband passed away. And then I was not supposed to work outside home. And then I shifted 11 homes, 3 things, right? Like that, whatever it is, 3 obstacles you faced, your journeys from where you were, where you were to where you are today. And wherever you are, it doesn't matter. It's not big or small, wherever you are. No comparison to anybody. A letter to yourself. And tomorrow, I want each one of you to read that letter. Tomorrow morning, we're going to read acknowledgements of the self. Okay? And that will be the beginning of the day tomorrow. And you will all see, when we live in our zone of abundance, practically how life is going to shift. Right? So we're going to do that tomorrow. And cool. I just was thinking yesterday, because when it prolongs, it becomes like every routine later gets, disturbed. However, um, today we close it here, because I'm not going to stop the 6:30 calls. So we will have more time even after 20th. We will be doing things every day. I don't know, maybe 3 months it takes to cultivate a new self. And maybe 3 months, I don't know. I'm
Have
not,
you finished today's Soul's Temple?
no, we haven't done soul step today. We were just doing conversations and then acknowledgement. So, um, but now that
Little
you're,
bit,
yeah,
little bit today.
yeah, sure. That that's good too. Good that you asked. Cool. We'll just do a regular based on what we spoke only today. Um, cool. The obstacles that I faced in my journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles that I faced in my journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles that I have faced in my journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles that I have faced in my journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles that I have faced in my journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles that I have faced in my journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles that I have faced in my journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles I'm still facing in my current journey is my soul's temple. The obstacles I'm still facing in my current journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles that I'm still facing in my current journey is my soul's temple. The obstacles I'm still facing in my current journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles I'm still facing in my current journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles I'm still facing in my current journey are my soul's temple. The obstacles I'm still facing in my current journey is my soul's temple. My need for obstacles for growth is my soul's temple. My need for obstacles for growth is my soul's temple. My need for obstacles for growth is my soul's temple. My need for obstacles for growth is my soul's temple. My need for obstacles for growth is my soul's temple. My need for obstacles for growth is my soul's temple. My need for obstacles for growth is my soul's temple. My resistance to grow without the need for obstacles is my soul's temple. My resistance to grow without the need for obstacles is my soul's temple. My resistance to grow without the need for obstacles is my soul's temple. My resistance to grow without the need for obstacles is my soul's temple. My resistance to grow without the need for obstacles is my soul's temple. My resistance to grow without the need for obstacles is my soul's temple. My resistance to grow without the need for obstacles is my soul's temple. My associations of growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My association of growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My association of growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My association of growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My association of growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My association of growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My association of growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My need to associate growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My need to associate growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My need to associate growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My need to associate growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My need to associate growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My need to associate growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My need to associate growth with adversities is my soul's temple. My resistance to blossom and flourish and play with the so-called adversities of life is my soul's temple. My resistance to blossom, flourish, and thrive and be able to play around with the so-called adversities of life is my soul's temple. My resistance to blossom, flourish, and thrive and be able to play around the so-called adversities of life is my soul's temple. My resistance to blossom, flourish, and thrive and be able to play around the adversities of life is my soul's temple. My resistance to blossom, flourish, and thrive and be able to play around the adversities in life is my soul's temple. My resistance to blossom, flourish, and thrive and be able to play around the adversities of life is my soul's temple. My resistance to blossom, flourish, and thrive and be able to play around the adversities of life is my soul's temple. Learning and growing in a light-hearted, fun manner is my soul's temple. Learning and growing in a light-hearted, fun manner is my soul's temple. Learning and growing in a light-hearted, fun manner is my soul's temple. Learning and growing in a light-hearted, fun manner is my soul's temple. Learning and growing in a light-hearted, fun manner is my soul's temple. Learning and growing in a light-hearted, fun manner is my soul's temple. Learning and growing in a light-hearted, fun manner is my soul's temple. My ability to uh, walk in the direction of progress and lead other people is my soul strength. My ability to walk in the direction of progress and lead other people is my soul strength. My ability to walk in the direction of progress and lead other people is my soul strength. My ability to walk in the direction of progress and lead other people is my soul strength. My ability to walk in the direction of progress and lead other people is my soul strength. My ability to walk in the direction of progress and lead other people is my soul strength. My ability to walk in the direction of progress and lead other people is my soul strength. Being the leader of my life first is my soul strength. Being the leader of my life first is my soul strength. Being the leader of my life first is my soul strength. Being the leader of my life first is my soul strength. Being the leader of my life first is my soul strength. Being the leader of my life first is my soul strength. Being the leader of my life first is my soul strength. Acknowledging my leadership skills 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 is my soul's temple. Acknowledging my leadership skills is my soul's temple. Using my skills in my favor and not against me is my soul's temple. Using my skills in my favor and not against me is my soul's temple. Using my skills in my favor and not against me is my soul's temple. Using my skills in my favor and not against me is my soul's temple. Using my skills in my favor and not against me is my soul's strength. Using my skills in my favor and not against me is my soul's strength. Using my skills in my favor and not against me is my soul's strength. Being empowered and empowering people is my soul's strength. Being empowered and empowering people is my soul's strength. Being empowered and empowering people is my soul's strength. Being empowered and empowering people is my soul's strength. Being empowered and empowering people is my soul's strength. Being empowered and empowering people is my soul's strength. Being empowered and empowering people is my soul's strength. Here we are. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking, Gunjan.
Most welcome.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you
So
so
I'll
much.
see you tomorrow.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye-bye. I want the letter from everyone tomorrow. Okay, everyone has to write that letter. I have to first see the handwritten letter and then you'll read it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Homework for the day. Chalo, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for this.